So I'm back again, right, to talk about developing SQ, right? And SQ is Social Intelligence Quotient, right? It's not SIQ. So, so I talked recently about, or just in the last video, about how to develop emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is being talked about so well because it's like the building block and the foundation for career growth, personal happiness, and life fulfillment, right? But I want to take it one step ahead by talking about SQ, or Social Intelligence Quotient. It's the next step in your life goal, in your life growth, and in your career growth, right? It's about you understanding how to navigate the society that you find yourself in. Sometimes you are a good person in an hostile environment. How do you survive that? How do you manage that? How do you handle that kind of situation? Sometimes you are guilty by association, like myself, an HR person. Most times when you hear people talk about HR people, because of the negative experience that they have had before with HR guys, they always just look at you with a sense of, or through the eyes of the previous HR guy that they have spoken with or that they dealt with. And sometimes you need to navigate that because you need to gain their trust, you need to make them comfortable enough to talk to you, and you need to be able to help them make their life better. So how do you manage those kind of societal issues? Or how do you manage yourself in those kind of situations? That's where you need not just emotional intelligence, that's why you need what? Social intelligence. It's one of the most important things you can have and develop for yourself going into life, because it's going to be used in all the facets of life that you find yourself. I wouldn't say I've been perfect at this all my life. You know, at the times when I felt, hey, I could have done better in this thing, I could have handled this situation better. If I only handled it better, things would not have gone particular way. But hey, we live and learn, right? And then we make better decisions, right? So let me talk about the first thing I would want you to know about. It's called being aware of your surrounding. Now it sounds very simple, but that's the most important thing. Sometimes we are so self-absorbed, we are so absorbed in our lives, we are so absorbed in whatever we are doing that we do not take time to observe, to pay attention to our surrounding, to look at the people, their faces, their expression. When we walk inside, does anybody shuffle? Do they act in a particular way? Is there anybody that's usually particularly hostile to you? While you are giving your ideas or sharing your thoughts, and then you just see. If you pay attention, you will see. It's almost not the case of the more you look, the less you see. But the more you look around, the more you try to pay that attention, to whatever is going on in your space, the more you can take in information. And another thing again is, information is coming at you from different sources. It's left for you to make meaning or make sense, of things based on what you see, based on what comes at you, and based on what you are observing. I've been in cases where I observed that somebody was always just too difficult whenever I gave ideas or thoughts, and I knew that one of the ways I can win over that person, or one of the ways I can make progress in that place, is if I can be on the good books of that person, right? Because the person is like a major influencer in that place and all of that. Now, this is not for us to say you need to now become friends with everybody. You are most likely not going to be friends with everybody, no matter how hard you try and no matter how well you try to be a good person. But it's a case of knowing exactly how to hide yourself, knowing exactly what to do, and how to position yourself in a way that the person would not see you as an enemy. And of course, no matter what you do, people are still going to see you in particular, whatever way they want to see you. But the thing is that you need to know exactly how to position yourself based on the information that you have gotten from the person's actions, behaviors, thoughts. But most times, if you're not paying attention, how are you going to observe? If you're not being aware of what is happening around you, how are you going to be able to save yourself from unnecessary drama and trouble in your life? So it's important that you pay attention in situations. When you get into rooms, pay attention. When you go into groups, pay attention. Try to understand what is going on. Try to know what people are thinking. If you can, ask questions, and to elicit reactions and responses. And that way, you never can tell. You are going to get a whole lot of information that can help you hide yourself. There's a particular saying that says, the wise one foreseeth evil and hides himself. Right? But the simple man walks on along and is destroyed. Meaning that if you are not aware, if you're not able to foresee and forecast and what's the word, and be able to postulate that something is going to go in this particular way, then you will go ahead and get destroyed. It happens, and it's that real and that. And the second thing I want to talk about is listening. Listen to people. I remember I was in the office recently, and one of my superiors, I respect him so much, told me about something. He liked something that I was wearing, right? And he's like, "Oh, I like this. When I when I grow up, I want to be like, it was just kidding and joking and laughing about it." And for me, that was instructive. That was an opportunity for me to see something that my superior liked, and I am probably going to get something for him in that way. Now, sometimes it's as simple as listening to the innermost. Of course, it's my superior. He's richer than me, man. Right? It's not the gifts that I give him. It's the fact that I listen to whatever he's saying and I take action based on what he has said. This is the difference between people that get liked, or that get promoted, or that get some level of favors from people, than those that are not even aware and are also not listening to their environment and what people around them are saying. And because they're not listening, they are not able to make informed decisions. In fact, I know when I go home, I was talking to my wife, and she was like, I was relaying the situation to her, and like, that person just likes you, and that person probably wants to build a relationship with you for whatever reasons that they might have, and that was instructive for me, because I had listened and I had understood, and I've been able to make sense of whatever was happening in that space. And I'm going to take I don't want to use the word advantage, but I'm going to take actions based on that. And because of my actions that I'm going to take, I believe that I'm going to become friends with that person. But whenever the person thinks about me, only think about good things about me, right? And you never can tell who they are talking to, and when your name will come up and the person will say, "No, I know that guy. That guy is a good guy. He's a correct guy." That kind of stuff like that. And that's basically how people get promoted and people get to move in their lives. It also goes into when you are not just dealing with people that are superiors. These are people that are, when people are junior, people that you feel that you are above them in the social strata of life. But sometimes it's about how you interact with them. Sometimes somebody just says to you, bros, or whatever it is, let me use Yoruba balance, right? And you have like 1,000 naira or 2K that you can just afford to let go, and you give that person. You never can tell where that money that you're giving to that person will take you far to. That is listening to your environment. That is being aware. That is paying attention. That is being aware and of your surroundings. So be aware of your surroundings and listen. Those two things would actually help you develop a high level of social intelligence, which will lead to what we call social capital. That is another talk for another day. The most growth you're going to find in your life will come from the social capital that you have developed using your social intelligence and emotional intelligence. So I'm going to leave you here with this. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. You can ask in the comments, or you can you can ask in the comments, or you can reach me personally. I have my social media handles on my channel, and then you can reach out and we can talk about it more, and I can explore this conversation a little bit more, in the future. But I believe that if you improve your emotional intelligence, right, and improve your social intelligence, you would definitely have what we call social capital that you can always spend when it comes to getting ahead in life and making progress in your life. People are only going to refer people that they like, that they are comfortable with, and that they believe are good people. Take advantage of that for your next career growth. Thank you so much for listening once again. Like I always say, I'm Demola Scott, and I am not your career coach. Thank you for now. Bye.